Before I begin, I would request all my viewers to check the description box of this video. Thank you. Test 15, question number 1. Ali is a project manager in an oil company in Saudi Arabia. He has just finished one of the initial project meetings for his upcoming project. This meeting lasted for about 50 minutes, and at the end, Ali realized that there were quite a few project stakeholders present in that meeting. Ali sent the minutes of meeting over an email to each of the stakeholders who attended the meeting. What form of communication Ali used when he sent minutes of meeting as an email? A. Two-way push communication. B. Two-way pull communication. C. One-way pull communication. D. One-way push communication. Here, option D is correct. Communication such as an email or status report is an example of one-way push communication. This kind of communication should be used when the recipients need the information, but it does not require an immediate response, and the communication is non-urgent or sensitive in nature. Question number 2. Shilpa is relatively new at her role as a project manager. Arjun is an agile project manager working with Shilpa on the same team from Chennai, India office. After a few days of working, Arjun noticed that Shilpa is not able to come up with clear product requirements which are aligned to the product vision. Using which of the following can Arjun help Shilpa develop clear product requirements which are aligned to the product vision? A. Project pre-mortem. B. Pervasive testing. C. Sailboat. D. Impact mapping. Here option D is correct. Whenever you come across the term unclear requirements, think of the techniques that can be applied to make it easy for the product owner or product managers to define those requirements, which are number 1, clear requirements, and number 2, aligned to the product vision. One such technique is impact mapping in Agile. Impact mapping is a graphic strategy planning method to decide which features to build into a product. Question number 3. Ben is a project manager. He and Belinda, who is an executive in senior management in the organization, are talking over a coffee in a restaurant. This is an unplanned meeting, but both felt that since they have some free time, they started the project related discussion. It is an example of dash and dash communication. Fill in the blanks with 2 correct options. A. Horizontal and informal. B. Upward and informal. C. Upward and formal. D. Downward and formal. Here option B is correct. In this scenario, Ben is having an ad hoc discussion with Belinda. Since this is an ad hoc discussion, it is a form of informal communication. And if you consider the position of the 2 people involved in the discussion, Ben being a project manager and Belinda being a part of the senior management group, this is clearly upward communication. Question number 4. After the failure of using traditional project management approaches to deliver the project, the rubber stamp making company in the Asia Pacific region has decided to try agile approaches. They hired you as an agile project manager and asked you to do whatever to have the team start using agile. Which of the following is the most important thing you should do? A. Focus on creating a safe work environment. B. Develop a reward and recognition system based on individual excellence. C. Focus on team, hire and keep I-shaped individuals. D. Focus on team, hire and keep T-shaped individuals. Here option A is correct. Creating an environment of safety, especially when a team is migrating from other methodologies to Agile, is one of the most important things as an Agile practitioner you should do. Only in a safe, open, and transparent environment can team members and leaders truly express their views and opinions without the fear of any negative consequences. When the team feels safe, they are able to articulate their concerns without the distress of negative reactions. For example, when conducting story estimation, it can be tempting to fall into groupthink and just agree with everyone else. The consensus may be that the story is 5 points. However, one individual may feel that the story is much larger based on previous experience with similar types of work. Only in safe, open, and transparent environment the individual communicates their opinion without hesitation. The rest of the team may not agree, and the team may ultimately decide to proceed with the 5-point estimation. The point is that the individual was heard and a discussion occurred. While having T-shaped individuals is good for agile project, this is not a most common priority, especially when team is migrating from other methodologies to agile. Also, I-shaped skills and rewarding individual excellence are not recommended when adapting agile. Question number 5. John has resigned and will be leaving his organization in 2 weeks. His organization has hired a new project manager named Arjun, to whom John needs to pass on the key project information. Arjun, the new project manager, has asked John to share the details of total scope of work. Which project artifacts should John share? A. Project charter. B. Work breakdown structure. C. Project management plan. D. Definition of done. Here option B is right. As a project manager, you should know that the tool to look for to know the project scope when you join a new project is a work breakdown structure. The work breakdown structure is developed to establish a common understanding of project scope. It is a hierarchical description of the work that must be done to complete the deliverables of a project. Question number 6. The IT project on which your team is working is super critical for your organization. The current team size is around 50. When you began to hire the people on contract for this project, your hiring request was rejected by the HR department. When you asked about it to the HR department, they told you that as per the organization's policy, no contract worker is allowed to be part of a team whose team size is more than 20. It is an example of which of the following? A. Organizational process assets. B. Triple constraint. C. Project risk. D. DSDM. Here option A is correct. In the above scenario, the policy set by the organization is in play here. Organizational process assets include the policies which are specific to the performing organization, and hence it is the correct choice. Question number 7. When you joined your new organization, within a week you realized that there is a lack of focus on project management when executing the project. As a certified PMI-PMP, you know the enormous value of proper project management. Your leadership team agrees with you and asks you to bring the necessary changes in the organization. Which of the following you should avoid achieving the above objective? A. Use a systematic approach to stakeholder engagement. B. Assess organizational culture and evaluate impact of the project to the organization and determine required actions. C. Evaluate impact of organizational change to project and determine required actions. D. Use a systematic approach to bring the changes as soon as possible in shortest time to ensure organization is effective in shortest possible time. Here option D is correct. The thing to avoid is obvious. Attempting to bring in too many changes in the shortest possible time can lead to change fatigue and may also lead to resistance to these changes. Question number 8. The nanotechnology based project is in complete chaos. There seems to be no clarity within the team on project requirements, and they don't seem to be reaching a consensus on any topic on how to approach developing deliverables. Since this nanotechnology domain is new for almost all the project team, it is taking more time for them to implement features. On top of it, the client has set a very tight schedule to launch this project. What kind of leadership style a project manager should take in this above scenario to create clarity? A. Democratic. B. Directive. C. Participative. D. Laissez-faire. Here option B is correct. In the moment of chaos, such as mentioned in the above scenario, directive action can create more clarity. Hence, a project manager should adopt a directive leadership style. Of course, there is no 100% guarantee that adopting the directive leadership style will address all the issues mentioned in the above scenario, but at least the directive leadership style can bring in a sense of clarity and momentum which is needed in the above chaotic situation. Question number 9. Despite spending the last 2 weeks discussing and debating, the team is still not sure whether to develop the firmware code needed for the IT appliance project within the organization or to outsource it and get it delivered by the external team. Which of the following analysis can help the team in decision making for the above scenario? A. trend analysis, B, cost benefit analysis, C, root cause analysis, D, make or buy analysis. Here option D is correct. The PMP exam expects that you should have the basic knowledge of the procurement process. In the real world, you may or may not be involved in the project procurement process, but for the PMP exam, you should know some basic details about the procurement process. Project procurement is the process of obtaining goods, supplies, services which are required for the successful completion of the project. Therefore, project procurement processes focus on obtaining all the materials and services required for the project. Project procurement can happen anytime during the project lifecycle. Once the high-level project scope is known, the project team can perform make or buy analysis. It is an act of selecting between making a product in-house within an organization or purchasing, outsourcing it from an external supplier. On the other hand, root cause analysis is used to find the root cause of an issue, not much useful in the above scenario. Cost benefit analysis is used to evaluate the cost versus the benefits in your project proposal and business case. This is not useful in deciding whether to develop the firmware code needed for the IT appliance project within the organization or to outsource it and get it delivered by the external team. Trend analysis is a mathematical technique that uses historical results to predict future outcome. Again, not useful in deciding whether to develop the firmware code needed for the IT appliance project within the organization or to outsource it and get it delivered by the external team. Question number 10. You work in a manufacturing company who develops bicycle parts. The new project is about to begin and you and your project team are working on identifying the various enterprise environmental factors. Which of the following is true regarding enterprise environmental factors? Please select 3 right options. A. Enterprise environmental factors may enhance the project management options. B. Enterprise environmental factors are always external to the performing organization. C. Enterprise environmental factors are not under the control of project team. D. Enterprise environmental factors may put constraint on or restrictions on the project management options. Here, option A, C, and D are correct. Enterprise environmental factors include all the conditions and systems that are not under the control of the project team that influence, constrain, or direct the work of the project. This includes things such as the existing internal and external infrastructure, computer systems, networks, and software, naturally occurring phenomena, and legislation that exists both inside and out of the organization and will affect the way you manage your project. In the above scenario, the option that says enterprise environmental factors are always external to the performing organization is not true, because enterprise environmental factors can be internal too, such as internal infrastructure, computer systems, networks, software, etc. used by the performing organization. If you want to practice more questions, please click the video. Thank you.